Well, what do you think the biggest changes you've seen in the powerlifting community are, let's say, last 5, 10 years?
Yeah, I think and I might be biased, but I think it's YouTube and Instagram.
Mm,
I think we'd all be lying to say if that wasn't the driving factor in the growth. And the growth is still stupid. I don't know if you know Chad Wesley Smith, but I think Chad Wesley
yeah.
Smith put a stat out that curling, like on ice,
Mm,
Olympic curling, the U.S. has 25,000 members, and the USAPL has 15,000 members.
really?
So it's cool, and as
What?
awesome as we thought we are, we're still not very cool, and we're still very small.
Wow.
Um, and that's not to say more people don't power lift that aren't registered to compete. But still, it's still so small. But I think YouTube, I think guys like Omar, I think, hopefully I played a little bit of part. I think Mark played a part,
Yeah.
Bart Quan, people of that nature. I think the 3DMJ guys have been great for bodybuilding and powerlifting. A lot of great girls out there, the Homegirl Meg Squats, Leanna Carr, a bunch of different people have really promoted the sport. And social media has allowed us to share those journeys. And then
Yeah.
somehow people related, or I think they're ex athletes, probably like you and I, that are just trying to find a little bit of competitiveness or a way to get a little bit healthier. And then I think, lifting weights, it is probably one of the best mental and physical things you can do for your health, long term.
Sure.
So, I'm excited more about that part of it than even like the powerlifting as a sport aspect, but hopefully YouTube and things stay around to allow us to do that. And we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. That is crazy. I had not heard that before, but that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I
Yeah.
guess that just shows how much we're in our little bubbles because to me, everybody knows about powerlifting and bodybuilding. It's
Of
just like,
course.
yeah, I had you watched Joe Rogan?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I've watched him a lot lately and I was talking to a few of my assistants and none of them knew who Joe Rogan was. And I was like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like I see an episode of him like every day. It was just like, you just forget that like not everybody knows MMA and bodybuilding and powerlifting.
Yeah, and Rogan's wild too. That's like at least a million YouTube videos an episode. He puts out an episode a
Yeah.
day almost, let alone the
Yeah.
audio. Yeah, I tried to someone, they only knew him from Fear Factor. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, he's a little bit past Fear Factor. They're like, oh,
Right.
the guy from Fear Factor. Like, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. So as far as the YouTube, I guess YouTube fitness and Instagram fitness, how do you think that's changed in the last 5, 10 years? Because you mentioned T Nation.
Yeah.
That's, I think probably 2006 through 8 is when I was on T Nation a lot. And obviously things are dramatically different. So what have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, I remember getting Instagram. I was working at a Fitness 19, which is a commercial gym, tiny little commercial gym, probably in 2009 or 10. And I was running Wendler's 531 or whatever by myself. And one of
Hmm.
the kids that worked for me, or he didn't work for me, he worked with me, my buddy Matt, he literally just came up and said, hey, man, you should check out this social media. It's called Instagram. I was like, this looks stupid, bro. Like, I'm not a photographer. What am I going to put
Right.
on this thing? But he made me get one. And so then I got one. Yeah, I think it was probably 2010 or 11. And in the beginning, it was cool, but it didn't seem like a fitness app. And even though we are in our bubble, I do think Instagram really does cater to fitness people.
It does
Obviously,
seem
because
to, yeah.
yeah, it's the aesthetics, obviously, like who doesn't want to see like jacked guys and good looking girls when they're scrolling
Hmm.
around, wasting time, where on Facebook you're just seeing people's shitty political views. You don't get
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see beautiful people. And in the beginning, I think it's kind of similar now. Now it's like a thing. I heard a kid the other day. He was talking to me at Bart. It wasn't the other day. It was a couple of months ago. But he talked about like a career path being like a social or a fitness influencer. And
Oh,
me and Bart's heads just exploded. I was like, I didn't even know that was a job. Like I don't
yeah,
even know. Yeah, I just like laughed on the inside. I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
yeah.
People want to. But basically, like for me, it became a way to be. I was a trainer. I've been a trainer for now 10 years, and now I
Mm,
could train thousands of people rather than one person an hour.
right.
So that's where it started for me. And I do think some people have um, elevated that even. People are putting out programs left and right and workouts left and right, which is cool. Um, and I don't know where it's going from here. It seems to go in ebbs and flows of softcore pornography
Yeah.
to some training knowledge. And I'm just like stuck in my own world. I don't really know. I'm kind of like you. I follow friends and I follow powerlifters, so I
Hmm.
don't even know what's going on out there on Instagram anymore. It's a weird wild wild west.
Yeah, it is bizarre, and I definitely agree what you said about it being like kind of caters to the fitness world. Because I know people who even say like girls who say like, "Oh, that looks gross," like a bodybuilding guy, but they're still following like 20
Yeah,
bodybuilders, and it's like
yeah.
so people seem to love it.
And people that don't lift. I have some friends that work out very casually, not as deep into it as us. They don't know who Omar or Alberto Nunez are, but
Yeah.
they'll follow, I don't know, so-and-so bikini girls just because
Yeah.
motivation or whatever.
Yeah. Motivation, or I was talking, I don't remember who else I said this to, but it was almost like, I don't know, the intellectual side of me was just kind of like cringing because I saw somebody who had like some really solid videos, like hundreds of like, scientific lifting videos, and they had like 1,000 subscribers. And then this girl who literally just posted pictures of her like eating and everything had like 500,000. And I was like, how? How is this a
Yeah.
thing? But
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
hard. It's hard. That's why I try to like put a little bit of content everywhere. I'm not always coaching in the content I do. Like Instagram, I like to have fun. I like to try to show some personality or just be funny or whatever. Podcasts, I like to be a little bit more variety.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, YouTube, I've done more instructionals than I'd like to admit
Mm-hmm.
throughout the years. Um, I don't know if I want people watching me eat all the time. I'd like to give them
Right.
some kind of value.
Yeah.
But there's different platforms for different things, different strokes for different folks.
Sure. Yeah.